Thank you, Senator Soto, and thank you, Leader Smith and caucus members, for taking this moment to recognize the fact that I joined in with many others in the quest for equality. For those who were not there or alive then, Tallahassee in 1963 was a far, far different place than it is today. There was a line back then that followed you everywhere, an invisible line that followed you surely as your shadow throughout the day and kept you within certain boundaries you were strongly warned not to cross. That line was drawn and maintained for no other reason than the color of your skin. It kept the white folks in the nice, clean parts of town. It kept the black folks in the rest in their part, which was also nice and clean. But growing up in the Deep South, the lessons that skin color matters were ingrained in me as a young girl. The white robes of the KKK saw to it as they swept through our small town of Lakeland, reminding us of the deep divide that separated us from them and the violence that would follow if we crossed it. By 1963, the civil rights movement was well underway, prodding the conscience of a nation in the activism of her youth. And as an undergraduate student at Florida A&M University, I knew that it was time for me to continue the fight that I started as a high school student when I demonstrated in Tampa, Florida in 1960. But it was time for me to join the fight in Tallahassee for the equality and human dignity so long denied to people of color like me. That's how I came to the front door of the Florida Theater, the whites-only film venue just around the corner from the Capitol, and a jail cell in Tallahassee, Florida. Little did I know then that this journey, the struggle my parents foretold when they taught us anything worth having was worth fighting for, would one day lead me from the concrete floor of the Leon County Jail to the floor of the Florida Senate. Half a century ago, and I didn't even think about the 50 years. I only concentrated on this being the 50 years of the March on Washington until this young senator said, 50 years she was in jail? And I just hadn't thought about it because time passed so swiftly. But half a century ago, we fought for something worth having, and we won. But the struggle for civil rights is never ending, and that's why we're here today. So long as one group can be singled out and denied the right to strive for their dreams and live their own lives in peace and dignity, the struggle for civil rights is not over. So long as one group can be isolated and demeaned because of the way they were born, the place they were born, or the conditions in which they entered this world, the struggle for civil rights is not over. And so 50 years after I marched with others in the name of equality, I'm proud to stand and march once again to broaden that equality to every immigrant, every member of the LGBT community, and every person wanting to work for a better life but chained to their past. My colleagues will tell you about some of the bills that we are championing in the upcoming session, a sampling of a larger package of bills we're filing. I call on my Republican colleagues to join us in this march and follow the footsteps that came before us. and let the lines never shadow or divide us again.